Alright, I think we're live. Just getting the soldering station set up right now. I'll switch over the tips. So I want the hoof style. Get the hoof style tip going here. And the angle I want. Cool. That'll do, donkey, that'll do. So yeah. Switch that over. Get that warmed up. Move the CPU. Get some coffee. Hopefully everyone's having a good day, a good night. And we got the card. We'll take it apart. Main thing I want to do on this stream is just add on some MLCC caps to the memory. That's the main one that I want to do. We'll see if I add on some caps for the VRM. And then I might add on an extra couple of caps to, well, couple of extra caps. As you can see, I've already tested the card. We can use some caps here and here, so they can be used. I'm gonna grab the multimeter, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab the multimeter, and I should maybe have some of those caps. I do have some 100 microfarad surface mount caps, but yeah, I don't want to use them. I'd rather use some 470s just for those ones. But I'm not gonna be like adding on voltage mods onto this card right away. I want to do some testing along the way for this card, so that way, because I'm trying every card that I do, every generation basically, I try to do testing from just certain portions of it to see whether or not the GDDR5 memory is going to scale well, if GDDR3 is going to scale well, GDDR2, whether or not it scales well with just adding on caps or having to do voltage mods. Doing everything like voltage mods, cap mods, does do a lot for most cards, except for newer generations. Back. I had to grab the multimeter, so we got the multimeter. Gonna need that just to verify things. I didn't use my marker to mark off whether or not one side's a ground, one side's for power. Plus I have to find another PCIe 12-volt power connector, another 8-pin. It's technically it's just 6-pin only, but another 8-pin, 2 plus 6, so that way I can use the power supply because I only have one cable. And then with voltage mods, I'll definitely want to have 2 different separate cables for powering this card because it will be power hungry. Clean up the tip. There we go. There we go. Soldering iron's ready to go. But I need to figure out where those... I got some big caps. These are 100 microfarad caps. I'm not even sure the size of them. I need to get myself a pair of calipers because that's how you really can tell what size MLCC caps are. I don't have calipers. Those are just MOSFETs there. Little tote tray. Now, do I have them in here? By the looks of it, no. Pretty sure there's a baggie with them. No, those are just more MOSFET. Oh, well, I guess I should have checked to see. Those are just little 0402 MLCC capacitors. I got some on a roll that are some high grade stuff. Oh, that's another big cap. No, I'm not even sure where I put those ones, so maybe I will. Oh no, I found them. They are where I left them, I guess. They're a bit chunkier, but these are. There goes that one. But yeah, we got some big surface mount caps that we can use for that. Just to keep it more flat for now. I'll probably switch them out for full size caps. I should have some surface mount full can style aluminum polymer ones that I have. They're fairly decent. So yeah, we'll move the containers out of the way and get the cameras set up, because we'll take apart this card now. So we'll take apart this card. Boom. Get a light shining over here. That way we can all see. So here's the card. Get a little fancy dance card here. And then we got a screwdriver. Start taking apart this card. Yeah, I still haven't even checked to see exactly where the feedback mod will be for these controllers. One for the memory, one for the core, NCP for the core, and not sure what it is for the memory. Probably is a rich tech. I just can't really tell. Still haven't searched it up. Just been doing a little bit of pre-testing here and there with the card. Seems like it's gonna be a pretty good card to bench though. Like a fun card to bench, as long as you can keep it cool. From testing, I don't need to use a whole lot of voltage, so because it just gets hot. It gets too hot for it. You use voltage without even a voltage mod. I can already use a lot of voltage, so. There we go. This card here, it's best to pull from the back side here because the memory pads like to stick a bit. Just pull it back, set it down, boom. Then what I might do on this stream too, because I don't want to use this cooler. It's just terrible. It's actually terrible. These blower styles, I've always hated the blower styles. The cards are generally fairly nice, but especially for EVGA, but these FE style, blower style cards are terrible for temperature. So what I might do is just take it off the actual cooler itself and just use the cooler and just add some fans to it, so that way I don't have to worry about the blower doing its thing, because it's just terrible. But we got the card here. Maybe I'll set it up in a better way. Set up in a better way so everybody can see here. I think I'll do that. So I'm going to be soldering on caps to the memory there. Got some of those. Then we got caps in here, switches, CAN caps, and then we got some MLCC caps in here. Their appropriate size. 0608s, and I'm not sure exactly these size. It's 08 something. Yep, we'll let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 memory chips I gotta do. Yep, 8 memory chips. It's just weird how they have it set for this card. 3 over here, 4 on the top, one lonely one over there. Very odd. 3-phase card. 2 high side, 1 low side. 3-phase. And then one phase for the memory, but it's not great. Surface mount caps. I hate them. I mean, yeah, they're great, but I don't like them. And these are all, from my search, it's Panasonic. From other people saying what these are, they're Nichicon. But my search, I believe my search is a little bit better. These are Panasonic's low ESR caps. All of these. And then I got some through hole of the exact same size, 2.5s. And those go over to the other side here. And then we got MLCC caps. Right here, we got 3 in a row on each for each phase. So we'll add on later on. I don't think I really need to worry about doing them right away. Later on though, what I'll do is add on full size caps to it. Just cut the terminals as short as I can go and just add them on. Because I'll have to have the card powered on. I can show it on this stream too. Show how I check everywhere I'm going to be adding on a capacitor onto an MLCC cap, like a full-size cap, to see what side's ground and high. Like, instead of it being powered off, I'll power it on, make sure, then mark it with a marker. Just a guarantee way, so that way. And just go back to the card later on and do it up. Alright, so what we'll do though, so we got 3 for power in, they're all 16 volt. 1 for the memory of 16 volt for power in. Generally you don't need to do power in, so generally you don't need to do, so yeah, your power in, your 12 volt power in, and then down here, yeah, your 12 volt, and then you also got your 3.3 volts as well down here, right here. So this right here, you're good for 75 watts generally through PCIe. 75 watts, it's about 60 watts technically for the 12 volt, and then the additional 15 from the 3.3 volt, but depends. It's really on your motherboard that really matters. You can go a bit farther on the actual GPU, but only so far, like 100 watts roughly on GPU side. Motherboards, you have to have a motherboard that can handle 100 watts through the PCIe slot, and some motherboards can. With older boards, you can actually get like a Molex connector that connects to the actual motherboard. I used to have some motherboards like that, like the Intel SO 58SO motherboard. You can get the Extreme model too, but they have a Molex that you can plug into the motherboard that actually gives more power to the PCIe slot. So that way, let's say you have a more powerful card that doesn't actually have any plugins, 6-pin or 8-pin plugins, and it's strictly through PCIe power. you can actually have issues back in the day because your motherboard didn't have enough power to power the graphics card. And that's generally because you modded it, or something could be going wrong with the card and it's just taking in more power, or there's lots of little things that can go on with that. It's generally because people modify them though. And then you can just add on that 12 volt power, 12 volt power from Molex onto the motherboard because it has a plug for the actual PCIe slot. And then you can actually do a little bit more through the PCIe slot. Again, I would only go to like maybe 100 watts on the actual graphics card through PCIe slot, as long as your motherboard can handle it. If not, then you have to do like a add-on a power connector like I've done on other cards. Like the 9500 GS, like the 8600 GT that I have. Still got to figure out what's wrong with the 8600 GT. But yeah, you gotta add on your own power source to it, especially if you're doing voltage mods for the memory and the actual core. The memory on this card hates extra voltage. Like an extra 60 millivolts is basically all it really wants, and that's all it really needs. So didn't really need much for the actual memory, but the core itself can go up quite a bit for this card. Does have some issues with the card due to the fact it has overcurrent protection. I'll just have to figure out how to take away from that, but generally you gotta get these cards nice and cool anyways. And I've only tested ambient and it's done pretty good so far with the extra power source. Some tests will give you a lot more power than what you need through these cards. They're generally like 47 watts, I believe, for this card. It's generally 47 watts. And after all the modding I've done to it with the max voltage that I can actually do with the card, I have seen over 200 watts on this card. So it will pull quite a bit of power if you can get the power. And then yeah, extra caps on the memory and the core. Just a whole lot of extra caps. Wherever that I could add on extra caps, I added on extra caps as well. Same thing down here. Add on a whole bunch of extra caps. But the main thing that you gotta do with these cards, because they are PCIe powered, is add on your own 12 volt power source. And you can use a Molex connector if you really wanted. Alright, so back to this card here. Won't need to add any caps onto the front side of this card. I'll only have to add caps to the back side. This card's not bad for the memory. It can do 2150, which is technically like 1000. Well, 2150 you gotta times that by 2, but for GDDR5 you gotta do it by divide that by 2 or times it by 2, whatever you want to do. Or you can just do whatever it shows, which will be like 11, not even 1100, 1075-ish around there. And then that'll equal out to, if you times it by 2, to 2150. But it's not good enough for me. I would like to be able to push this card further. Maybe run this card hopefully a little bit cooler than ambient, and that should make sure the memory stays nice and cool. And then if I can keep the memory cool and give it better voltage to it, it should allow me to go a bit farther whenever I want to mod the card, fully mod it, as in the memory controller, give feedback mod onto it so it has extra voltage. That will help even further. GDDR5, from my research, more or less, it's not the greatest for scaling, but it can do 1.8 volts fairly safely. This stock is 1.6 volts, so, and generally GDDR5 is 1.5 volts roughly, so EVGA already put an extra 100 millivolt extra onto it, so this card can do fairly good on it. But I'll add extra capacitors, and that should help me get 2200 or 1100 megahertz roughly. 1100 effective. But yeah, we'll start doing that. Shawimba. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8, 16. Need 16 of these bad boys, eh? I should have 16 of them. These are all 4.7 microfarad caps. Not the greatest. Not the greatest. And we got some of them stuck together. So we got 2. We got 4. We got 6. We got 8. 10. 12. 14. 16. And 18. There we go. And 16. Right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 12, 12, 14, 16. Yep, there's 16 there. I'll need for all these bigger NLCC caps. And for the smaller ones, how many am I going to do? Am I going to do all 4 on each? These are all 0608s. I know these size are 0608s. Not super small, so not terrible to do. But 4 on each, I don't think I have enough of that. If I did the big ones and then 1, 2. I'll do 2 on each. Then maybe later on I'll do these 0402s. So they're 0402s as well. I don't know if I have enough of 0402s. No, I don't. I'm running low on 0402s. Unless I get out my roll of the good stuff, but really don't want to use the good stuff for this card. They're not cheap. More or less for fixing up CPUs or trying to help out older CPUs. Try to use the better of the caps. Okay, so we're going to do a little preheat of the board. That'll do, donkey, that'll do. We get some flux. And 8340. 1 flux here, no clean flux. Amazing stuff. And I just use a little bit on each cap. We're talking very little. That's why I use a Q-tip. Just need to dab it on. I'll just dab it on all the ones I'm doing right now. Where's the other one? There it is. Go. Didn't go too far. That's the wrong one. So I'll just do what I like to do on these. Oh, hey, how's it going, man? So what I like to do on these is just go over them quickly, attach them on both sides, and then you'll have some little, like, horny devils, little points on them. You just add on a little bit of extra flux, touch it again, and perfect. Perfect every time. The main thing is getting them on there nicely. When are you going to be adding the, or redoing thermal paste? Nice. Yeah, he'll definitely like the, so you're definitely using Thermal Grizzly, right? Or are you going to use some KPX? Need to add a little bit of extra. Shoulder. Yeah, I hear you there. Me, I don't have to worry about that. Hey, hey now. Hey now. Ah, I gotcha. Sometimes it could be a temporary fix. I mean, well, I guess it also depends on who you're getting, who's actually doing the repair. Okay, each one of those sides are all done. Just gotta go to the other side and do them all up. Yeah, and then you also got like those repairs on is really bad on some of the 30 series cards actually, where because they didn't actually put a good enough support onto them, they had a lot of issues with the like the PCIe slot or the actual memory. And if let's say they didn't do the memory properly or the PCIe slot, they have to like cut out and then redo all the traces throughout the layers, that can be a temporary fix too. And it happened on a lot of 30 series cards, to be honest. A lot. Which is wild. Alright, now I'm going to do tip and a little bit more flux on each. Clean them up. Beautiful. Beautiful. Not so beautiful. There we go. One more time. Beautiful. Yeah, they gave me a whole bunch of just free stuff, and he says he might have some more. And his wife dropped it off. Yeah, I was happy. I mean, this card just needed a quick fix. The memory was artifacting. I kind of knew just from this generation, the style of the cooler, what can go wrong. Beautiful. Other side. Should just need a quick. Beautiful. 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 Yeah, I just reflowed the memory on this, so. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I haven't been streaming a whole lot, right? So. It's part of the YouTube algorithm. Beautiful. Alright, so those are all actually crisp, clean. Then we got these ones up here to do. There are four memories. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's 8 up top here I gotta do. Yeah, I was able to get some food. Again, thank you very much, man. Yep, was able to get some food. Got some hamburger, some pasta. A couple. So Amazon actually had some deals on like the large cans of Tim Hortons soup. So I grabbed them and been making meals out of them. Just boiling up some rice, adding it to it. So that was good. Yes, I was. Just been so brutal because I haven't been streaming. And then, yeah, I mean, YouTube didn't really give me a whole lot this time because I wasn't streaming. Just need to find a damn job, but I still can't find a job, and it's actually just brutal. Like a month. It's the donators are giving me more, of course. A month, I'm making $20 a month from ads, and then I let for the last streams, I've been putting low ads, so not as much either. About $20 a month though. Like actual just YouTube from donations from everybody. After taxes. Taxes is 35%, and then YouTube takes its 10 or 15. It's about 15%. So 50% of donations just gone before I even get to see. Oh, yeah. That's why I like it is what it is, right? Like I can't do much more unless I promote my videos. But promoting videos, you gotta have money. That's how a lot of these YouTubers, like out of nowhere, you'll see these YouTubers and they have hundreds of thousands of views when they only have a couple of videos. That's because they promoted those videos. They spent money on them. Which, in a way, it's a good way to do it. No, it's only if people buy from it that I get donations from. Well, I get what is it, 7% of what they make, and they're not cheap, so they're not technically a sponsor. I just make it's like an affiliate link, right? It's like an affiliate thing, like I do on YouTube or for Amazon. My affiliate links through Amazon. It's just whether or not people buy it. And I've got lots of clicks on the stuff that I do for affiliate links, but no one's bought anything. Then for Amazon, you only get so long, and then if no one's buying what you're doing for affiliate links, you'll just be cut off. So I figured I'd try it out, right? Yeah, no, it's not real, not a technically a real sponsor, right? One day. But I figured I'd do it because then it shows that I'll sponsor, right? I'll actually talk about them and whatnot. And then like I could get a shaker in that, but it costs money. Like the I don't know. So I haven't been talking to them because they're kind of odd. One day, but I did just to show that I will do sponsors and talk about them and show that I will promote them. To step. To step. Oy. Yeah, I do. I mean, it's gone up even though I haven't even been streaming, which is wild. I can't believe I got more subs even though I wasn't even streaming. I can get my sub count back up once I start streaming daily again. And then I gotta make more videos. I have lots of recordings and have some videos in the works, but I've been busy. Just been busy, man. Life. Gotta get stuff done. Almost done, though. Almost done. Next week I should be all done, everything. Beautiful, actually. I try to make it so that way I can talk to the chat quickly, right? Like, it's not like... Well, when I did 4K, when I was doing my 4K streamings, it takes forever to talk to chat, so I stopped doing 4K streams. Just the latency on it's brutal. And I'm glad you did sub, man. I mean, you've been great. Things have just been quite brutal over the past year, not gonna lie. Things have been brutal. Things will get better eventually, but for now, I just gotta keep my head up and keep doing what I do. That one, I knew it. It's just by looking at. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Yeah. And we'll touch up the other side, get them all looking nice and perfect. You don't have to do it the way I do it. Just I like to make them look good. That did not feel good, and this one did not feel good. Go. Oh, yeah. And this one needs a little bit of love. Beautiful. No. I never even blew it up. I've never even blown it up. I fixed the card. That was gonna hurt. No, I'm adding on caps to the memory. I'm just gonna do like what I generally do, just take it slow on to add in stuff onto it to see what's really working for. I've never worked with a Fermi, a 400 series GTX before, so figure I'd do the memory first, see what the actual memory, how well it actually scales with just adding on some MLCC caps, and then I only got one more memory here to do. Yeah, one more memory right here to do, and then we're done for that. I gotta throw it on the test bench, and we'll see if I can do 2200 or 1100 effective, which is technically 4400, I believe. It's GDDR5. Do believe it times it by 4. Right. I'm gonna need some soldering oil in here. Will you calm down? There you go. I don't know how is that long distance from you? So it should be in by Friday then, right? Or even tomorrow. That one's horny. Holy moly, that was brutal, that one. There we go. Clean this up good. Clean up the tip. Oh, those are schmaxy. Alright, other side. I'll take the tip, give me 1 sec. And then we'll just, we'll use the brass. There we go. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. "3 hours away? Dang, son. Should be there quick." I'm not going down. I was talking to the capacitor. You want to say, I got Q-tips. We some Q-tips. Moving your room around? Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Wow. I put another motherboard on the wall. Yeah, you guys don't need to see this. We'll do. Bam! I got another motherboard on the wall. One I don't have a CPU for yet. And then I'll be adding some more motherboards to the wall when I have more time. Just gotta clean up the flux right now. Clean everything up good. Go. It's a squeaky clean. Oh, we might need some height. Yeah, still gotta move some stuff around. So when I get back into streaming more, I'll have a nice background. Nice background. Right. Any more heat? Oh my god. Why? One day I'll be able to afford the good flux. And this stuff is good. Like, it's good for soldering. Especially electronics, but... yeah, clean it up right away. It starts to harden. It just thickens up and it's just a pain to clean. Then you just add some heat to the card again, and that's all you really need to do, but rather not have to do that. Maybe one day actually I'll get a hot work plate. Makes it easier to solder on. A little bit easier. There we go. Almost got it all cleaned up, and then I'll throw it in the test bench. And then we'll see how far the memory can go now. Should be better. And then if it's still not as good as what I want, I can add on, well, I probably will just add on some smaller caps, some 06, 08s. Some 06, 08 caps, and that will help a bit more. Here we go. Lights. See how big they fall. Fairly good. They look pretty clean. Solder joints. That's why I like doing it a certain way. There we go. Now the cooler. I'll just put it on the way it is for now. Then I'll take the cooler apart, and then I'll just use the cooler with some finger choppers. Instead of having it as a blower style. It'll run cooler that way. Go, got it all lined up. And then put the screws in. Wrong screwdriver though. There we go. Hoping we get 2200 or 1100 effective out of it. It's really nice. Right, got the cooler all set back up. Let's go! Now I need to switch over to the keyboard and mouse. What we need to do is this, a little bit of this. Hopefully, do I have it set up? Nope. Or is that showing up though? Of course it's not showing up. This one. Yep. There we go. There we go. Whatever. Whatever. Bam. Swim by shower. Load from profile aids. Blam. DRAM time control. 90. 24. 8 works. That should do it. It's only an i3 2120 that's in its system right now, and it's not a good one. So we're gonna do what, almost 3.5 gigahertz. That's about it. Better than stock 3.3, but we ain't getting the frequency. But this is more or less just testing for the card itself. Then I'll be running this card with 13900K for a few tests, benchmarks on WATA. So I'm hoping. Memory clock 2200 right there. And should be able to test it. Yep, 2200. I mean, it's not even artifacting right now. And that's good. That's good. That's a good sign. It's a good sign. What I'm going to do, though, is raise the fan speed. And then we're gonna run GPU Pi here. Calculate. We want 4M128, I do believe, for this test. Oh, that's right. We need to run. There we go. Boo. Said nope. So we'll open up a GPU Z here. We're in 2.0, which is what we want. Click that. Start. Yeah, a little bit of. Yeah. Yeah. Said nope. So it's gonna need more. It's gonna need more. So let's see. 2150 should work. Yeah, 2150 works. We're gonna have to do the 0608s. Just want to make sure it's gonna run this steady, and we'll add on a little bit. 2166 would not work before, so 2164 is working. And we are getting some artifacting. Temps rising. Yeah, we're gonna have to do the 0608s probably. That's gonna take some time, man. It's fine. As long as I can do 2150 through tests, that'd be good. Because it's like it works but doesn't work at the same time. So we'll test on 03 because it would not do it on 03. 2001 SE just fine. That's fairly light for GPU, to be honest. There's only a couple spots on. Basically, a last test on 3D Mark 2001 SE is usually the rough one. Still loading? Come on. Yeah, we don't care about tip of the day. I'll give you a tip. There we go. We'll let things cool down. Should be able to do 845. 845. 2150 over. Oh wait, no, we can't do 845. Oh, so temps are gonna be all right. Actually, we'll try it. We'll try 850. Try 850. I don't think it's gonna work. The memory will be fine. The core generally gets a little too toasty because I'll show it after the test. We'll run it. I'll show why I don't like blow styles. It'll be fine off the bat here. It will be just fine off the bat. And by the end of the test, it's going to be like, nope. She gets toasty. I mean, holy moly. Does she ever get toasty? When I was first doing the test, I was like, man, I did it on 3D Mark 2001 SC first, and then did it on this next. No, cannot do the same settings. Cannot do the same settings. This one puts a little more power into the GPU than 3D Mark 2001. This is fine. Once that one tower falls and then we get that mist, that's a rough spot. It seemed to handle it just fine. So sometimes if you have it cranked too high on the core, what can happen with these older cards, it'll still run. It'll still run. The frames will be cut basically in half because it will literally put the card into like a safe mode, basically into a different P state. You can get it at the P state when you're done the test, or just cancel it once you are. If you're paying attention to the frames, you'll know if things are wrong. But that part there will just destroy the GPU sometimes. Just be like, nope, put it into a different P state, and then all of a sudden your frames just get cut. Looks like it's doing alright though. This is nowhere near going to be like a good score by any means, but because I'm, like I said, i3 2120, 2-core, 4-thread CPU at right around 3.5 gigahertz. It's like 3.48, 3.49. The memory's handling it though. So now you see we're starting to get some spots because it's starting to get hot. It's starting to get hot. This test just seems to stress out this GPU more. It's starting to get hot now, so we might see a little bit of artifacting. But it wouldn't even run this before at 2150. I had to run this test around 2000, just over 2000, 2025, or just over 1,000 effective, basically. It's running it though, so. But I'll be happy when I get this card on water, because then it won't be running so hot. They don't have like a temp limit basically, or power limit. It'll show in the actual MSI Afterburner. There's no temp limit or power limit. It'll just go until 90 degrees Celsius, and generally once it hits around 80 degrees Celsius, it'll just do this. So it's lost. So that's another harder part of the test. And I'll show the temperature here on why. Oh, wrong one. Where is it? This one? Yeah. Yeah, no, it'll be a little hard to see. So what we'll do, zoom in. No, maybe not. We hit, 73 degrees Celsius at that point. That's 73 degrees Celsius at that point where that was the core. I'll have to put the core down. I'm not putting the core voltage up just because we're already hitting 73 degrees Celsius. It still is fine technically to go higher. Just I don't want it to. I don't like my cards, even older cards that are okay with that temperature. I don't want it to hit that temperature. You can see the FB usage just all over the place during this test. And then if we actually look at power limits, where's the power? Pass it? Oh, there's no power. Like I cannot see the. Okay. Fan speed. Fan tachyometer. Memory clock, shader clock, core clock, memory usage. We don't got power. There's no power. Why? Odd. But we'll just put down, because I want to make sure we can pass the test here. I still don't think 825 will even work, but put down the voltage just a little bit. 1.025 volts. instead of 1.037. We can go up to 1.087 volts stock. We'll run it again and should pass hopefully the whole test. I mean, it was doing it, and it wouldn't do this before, so that's good. It's just 22. I would like 2200. I'd probably be able to do 2200 once I get the car cooler, anyways. But I want to be able to do 2200 ambient right now, so that way when I do it on cooler temperatures, I can push it farther. I don't know if I'll be able to do 2300 on these chips, but 2300 would be nice. Or 1150. 1150. And technically times that by 4. 2300 would be 4600. I mean, the frames look all right for being not a good Sandy CPU. Like I said, i3 2120, 2-core, 4-thread. So it's actually doing pretty good. I'm quite impressed, to be honest. Just right off the bat, it's already warm. It's gonna be a minute. I'll be right back. Oh, passing. Past the hard spot. That's good. She's warm. Looks good though. Looks good. 24,955. Shoot, I don't even think that's terrible. I don't even think that's terrible. Just give me 1 second. I'm looking. See what kind of temperature we're hitting though at the end. Yeah, because I put the voltage down. We only hit 68. That's good. Pass though. 21. 21.6. 21.50 we passed, so we'll try 22, but I don't think it's gonna pass this time. 2200. Should check the GTX 460 to 56 bit. 03. Oof, yeah. 03, 131,000 points. We're a little off. So that's the worst score you can get. So yeah, the worst score. That is the worst score you can get. 269th place, 69. Nice. I'll be running this on a better CPU. It's because of the CPU. But we'll run it at 2200 now. Now that the temp's going down, we're at 2200. If it runs 2200, I'd be happy. I mean, it's running it. It wouldn't do this before. Wouldn't even. It just artifact crap and then crash. So, again, we'll see the hard part where one of the towers falls over, and that's the hard part. Oh yeah. Yeah, a little bit of roughness there. Here it is. Are we gonna pass this spot or not? We are. Nice. That's awesome. And temps aren't terrible right now. So that's good. Alright, so we'll pass one of the hard parts. And for this test, it's about halfway through this test. It gets rough. Right off the bat isn't too bad. And when I get this on water, I can actually put more voltage into it without a voltage mod, which will help it. I'm hoping without any voltage mods, I'll be able to do over a gigahertz. Then after voltage mods, I'll be running it chilled if I do eventually do the voltage mods, which I probably will. I'm hoping I'll be able to do about 1.2 gigahertz, which would be really nice. Alright, sounds good, man. Hopefully they're easy enough to get to bed. Alright, so passed. Dragon part, jumping up. It's the hard part on this test. Lowering the voltage helped with the temperatures, which is good. Nice. We'll try 2250 or 2300 after this. It's doing it. Nice. All right. No. I spoke too soon. That wouldn't have been from memory, though. That's CPU. CPU, actually. Hi. Hi. Hello. That sucks. Memory's good. So, restart it. Yeah, CPU. Only have one fan, so I'll put another fan going. It's on water, but this one does not like BCLK at all. Maybe set it. Fine, we'll just leave it as is. I'm gonna have to probably chill this CPU for doing better BCLK out of it. Can't even do 105. So 2250 we'll try. I think we can do 2250. I think we can do it. We can do it. $22.50. $22.57. Nope. Nope. Too much for it. And 2200 is good. Maybe 2220. I'll have to wait till loads. 2225 maybe. Which is still a big improvement. From 2100, 2225 would be good. Then I'll have to add on more caps to it to see if it'll help. I'm not sure if it's really going to help much more. Wait, 22. 2226, 2227. Oh no, it's like 2200 to be about the max. 2211. And then 826. Yeah, 2211. Should be good. Oh. Wait, we're doing 3 Mark 05? Wait, that was 05, wasn't it? Yeah, we were doing 05 before. Yeah, whoops. That's awesome. 2200 on 05? Sweet. Okay, we'll have to just do 2200 then. Max. 2200 seems to be fine, but I mean, it did it on 05. Yeah, 2200. 2200 is that good spot right now. Ah, that's awesome. It was doing it on 05. I was like, man, it looks really clean for 03. And I forgot, yeah, we have the plane test for the first test on 03. So 05, 24,500 just from the first test. Isn't terrible, I don't think, then. 05? Yeah, 83,000 is what I have to do for 05. Then 24, it's not last, so not bad then. For a 2-core, 4-thread CPU at 3.3 gigahertz. Wow, 3.4 gigahertz. I've already got a score up by LN2 runs on it. 3D Mark 2001 SE. I've already got one good score without any mods with the 13900K. This is just testing with a crappy CPU right now. It's just for the memory. And then once I get things more tuned for it and then put it on water, I should get some good scores. I don't know if I'm going to be doing first. I mean, first place is like 1.5 gigahertz on this thing on LN2. The guy's, it's just a wild card he has. Such a good one. He must have modified it pretty good, and it's just a good silicon. Because 1.5 gigahertz even on LN2 is really good. There's people that can only do 1.2 gigahertz on LN2. I'm hoping he'll do about 1.2 gigahertz on water, like chilled. I know I need first. I've got 22 gold so far. I'm quite happy with the 22 that I've got so far. Yeah, right. We'll see. I got 19th place right now for stock, so we'll see if I can get close to first. I don't think so. Top 10 maybe. If I can get around 5th place, I'd be happy. I got 19th place, stock CPU, stock RAM, stock card. So not bad. This card seems to be pretty good. It's not terrible. Again, I had it fixed to get it working, but it's not a terrible card. It's just blower style. It just gets so hot. Oh, Mother Nature. This is the up right about here, and then up is the hard part. We looking good. Then once we hit the bridge, that's the next hard part. Looks good though. Sweet. Not gonna be a good score by any means, but 2200 passing. I couldn't do it before, so 2200 on the memories passing. Thumbs up there. Sweet. And the butterfly lands, and we are good. $37,000, not good at all. See what the score is for this. 130,000 is a good score, but it's CPU. These older legacy are CPU tests. What really matters about CPU. And this CPU ain't gonna cut it. $37. Definitely not last. 37 what? 37.2? 220th place for that one. What do you got, man? Can you hear me? Go? Can you hear me? Are you listening to the stream? Not part of what I mean. Okay. Let me read. So after a month of not powering on my main PC with 14 that's like attacking like it's running the OS off hard drive is so slow, 5% not warm, not throttling Windows is updating, scan for corruption, all is good. When all low hanging fruit, focusing on scoring 7-zip and not scoring 87,000-ish. Sandy Bridge Core CPU, not sure if it's best juice or whatnot. Have you taken apart? Have you taken apart, like, take the RAM out, take the CPU, remount everything? Have you already done that? Just do that. Even, like, the SSD or NVMe, whatever you have, just take it all out, put it all back in, return it on. If it is still acting like that, your operating system, you're gonna have to reinstall your OS. It'll be an OS issue. If it's not throttling, everything seems to be working just fine for it, it's the OS. And especially since you're saying it's sluggish, slow, and then your scores are even showing that's bad, your OS can do that. And when you're doing these, like, doing the benchmark and all that, yeah, it doesn't matter about corrupt. Nope, it won't even find it. It won't find it. Nope, it won't find any faults. They'll say everything's good, but there can be a fault with the OS. So this, like I said, the easiest thing is just to take everything, all the RAM out, CPU out, NVMe or SSD, whatever, replug everything back in, repower it back on, and then see if that helps. If not, OS. And since it's not given, like, it's not even hot at 5.7 gigahertz, generally with the 14600 KF at 5.7 gigahertz will be kind of warm, right? Like, she'll get warm. Since it's not, it means the OS or something's not talking to the CPU properly. Oh, reinstall your drivers. Reinstall your CPU drivers. Yeah, reinstall your CPU drivers. Don't even take anything apart. Just reinstall your CPU drivers. So go to Intel's website, re-download the drivers, download the drivers for it. Nah, just it'll be CPU. I think your mobile drivers are fine. Yeah, yeah. I've had it happen before for CPU driver, and then that's one thing I could be doing it. If not, the OS is the actual problem. It wouldn't be your motherboard. Motherboard's kind of easier for everything to update the drivers properly or just run with not even proper drivers, and that's fine. But the CPU drivers, if something's wrong with them, the scanner won't find anything wrong with your OS, and it won't find anything wrong with the drivers there, just due to the fact there's drivers, but there's something wrong with them. And it's just not talking to the your OS properly, and it's not giving you the power that you need, or utilizing the CPU properly. So CPU drivers, definitely try it out. So this isn't more bad, but 2200. We can do over 2200. All right, next test. Can we do 2200 on what? What can we do 2200 on as well? Close. Yeah, no problem, man. Just try that though. It's very easy, very quick too to do. After Country Cup. I'll have to do it after the Country Cup. I have to have the background for Country Cup. Did you send it to the Discord? Alright, I'll make sure I save it back then. I hear you there. I don't think it's your hardware though. If CPU's done for it, it won't even turn on. It won't give you a postcode. If it does give you a postcode, does not turn on, that means that there could be something wrong with your BIOS. Redo the BIOS, and then it could help fix it. But generally, if there's something wrong with the CPU, it just does not turn on. So. I hear you that. I hear you there, man. I hear you on the money's tight thing. I can literally barely afford food. I think it's this one. Please don't load Steam. Yes, it's the right one. We got it. Yeah, it's pretty easy to install drivers. Go to Intel website, search up your CPU, download those drivers, install those drivers. And let me know if that works. If it doesn't work, let me know. You'll have to restart the PC after doing the drivers as well. Even though it says it doesn't say restart PC. Restart PC after all of them are done. Can we do a cloud gate? Oh wait, that's right. This one here we gotta. I don't have the keys on this one yet. Cloud gate. Doing pretty good. Just modified up the. Oh, I can't see. Can we do it? Click. Click, 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 click. It's gotta be around here somewhere. There it is. We just added on some caps to the memory, and we can do 2200 now. Hoping it passed the cloud gate, because that will help make sure that we can do 2200 on ambient on just a crappy cooler. 2200, boom, on memory. Oh yeah! No artifacting, let's go! So we got 2200 stable, even on the crappy cooler. Like I said, the only way you'll be able to do that squeeze is with water cooling. You went up? Come on! What are you waiting for? Let's go! I'm waiting. Yeah, well, there's nothing there. You can jump up. Come here. That's not how you do it. Yeah, less voltage. It's not the, oh yeah, it's all stock. All stock, just extra caps. Look who we got. Look who we got. We got a kitty. We got a kitty. Who's your baby gosh? Yep, still stock voltage. Core, I can't even use the max voltage for the core. Just gets too hot on this crappy cooler. I ain't bored on fireburns. Well, physics tests can be terrible on a 2-core, 4-thread CPU. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. 12, 10, 10, 9, 9, 9 FPS? Oh, brutal. 9 FPS. It was good at the beginning. I put the ads to the best ads I could. I can only change the ads so far. 7,188. Graphics score of 11. Oh my god. My physics score is so bad. It put my score down so much. Alright. It put my score down so much. That's brutal. Cloudgate, what we got? 29,000 we have to do. 29,000. 7,000 ain't gonna cut it. I don't believe it though. I don't believe it, Squeeze. I'm pretty sure that's just you. No, it's not. Well, it's not really it's a CPU frequency. 6.2 gigahertz. I'm pretty sure on 8 cores is all I need. No, 8 cores, 16. No hyperthreading. I'll be able to take first away. Should be able to get first in this one, to be honest. Once I'm all done, ready to go. So this test, even with like a 265K, you can do pretty good with 265K. You can do good with a 14700K. You can do pretty good with a 14600K, 13600K, 12900K. The biased ones are the legacy benchmarks, and also down here, Ice Storm, Skydiver. Yes, for 13900K and 14900K, but also like a 265K, 285K work just fine. But yeah, Ice Storm is pretty biased on. You just need 6-core CPU as max frequency. So even like a 13600K, 14600K, you can get the same scores like versus a 14900K. Because you only need 6 cores as high as you can go for those two tests there. Some bias tests though for not really biased for Intel, just because it's frequency and you got also the cores, is Time Spy and then Fire Strike. As long as you have at least 29 threads total is the best, because it's not the overall physics test that's what you want the best at. You want the best combined, and yeah, 29 threads is that sweet spot. Night Raid, you basically just gotta have good overclock on as many cores as you can. Steel Nomad, you just need to have 6 cores, max it out from testing. Even 4 cores, but 6 cores, max it out. So you can match a 1400K, 1300K with Steel Nomad. Same thing with Port Royal. Any ray tracing is you just need to have like 4 cores. 6 cores works, but 4 cores is good enough for ray tracing. Now we're gonna try Fire Strike. I don't think we're gonna be able to do, but we'll try it. These are all testing, and then I'll be doing this all with my better CPU instead of a 2-core 4-thread CPU. No, your 10700T is not. Your 10700T is probably equivalent to a non-overclocked 2-core CPU from the 12th to 14th gen. More or less 12th gen. Oh, it's doing it. Alright, so we can do 2200. Sweet. Who's your happy Katie's? Yeah, I want one so bad. The price isn't bad, but no, it's just i3 outbeats your 10700T. Because you say 10700, but it's a T. It's not the same. One day I'll get one of those cheap Pentium Gold G7400s and G6900. Because a lot of people bought them. There's a lot of people bought them because of hardware bot, more or less, because people want them for benching. They're worth good points. They were a good so because they're the 2-core CPUs, they're sought after for 2-core scores for global, right? Every generation where there's going to be a good 2-core CPU, if that 2-core CPU is doing good, more people are going to buy it. And if more people are buying it, price goes up. You should be able to find them used for $90 though, which isn't terrible. No, it wouldn't be 22. You'd be able to go up to 35 points or 50 points. It's generally 35. It's not a lot of people do GPU Pi for some reason on some cards. More people did the benchmarking per benchmark it. After so many people put it in, the points go up. More people doing subs on certain benches, the points go up. But if there's not a whole lot of people benching them, there's just no points. And there could be just some people just don't do it. That's why I don't like I don't like the competitions, because there's so many lazy benchers that they'll just bench just those for the competition. They'll just benchmark whatever benches that are required for the competition instead of doing all the benches, or as many benches as they can do, basically. Just being a lazy bencher, basically. $1,375. Oh, that's brutal. Brutal. What do you mean by that there, guy? That's last place. That's literally the last place I got. Is my dang CPU. That's actually brutal. 1,375. If you want to sub certain hardware is auto first, but no, yeah, no points. Exactly. And I mean, for some people, they go and just try to get as many firsts they can because no one's benched that hardware. And then that's fine, right? You get the first place. But me, I like to go after hardware like this one here, and I like to go after all the 70 pointers, see if I can get up around like top scores where there's people benching it, like top overclockers are benching it. See if I can beat it with their scores. See if my modifications are better than theirs. See if my GPU is better than theirs. That's why with the 8600 GT and the 9500 GS, yeah, the 8600 GT is worth more points, but I was just trying to go for max frequency, even though I wasn't on the perfect OS. I wasn't using the perfect CPU for it, or making sure I was in PCIe 2.0 as only a 1.0. I was just going for, let's see if my modifications are technically better. Yeah, well, I wouldn't even say more fun, but it could be more of a headache, man. It could be more of time on just one bench, right? It's what people want to spend their time on, and there's people that are trying to just do hardware, as much hardware as they can. They can't spend the time I do doing this. They can't. For the thousands of pieces of hardware, thousands of CPUs, thousands of well, basically thousands of all this different kind of hardware, and they spend the amount of time I do on one bench, they're not going to get through that in their lifetime. They can't modify every single thing like I do. And then that's them. There's certain categories for benchers, right? So, but 2200. Let's go. Different categories for what people want to do. I mean, it's what they want to do, man. And I will not say anything bad about people because they. I mean, it's competition. I'll slander. I'll talk shit all day long, but I won't say they're bad. I will not say they're bad at overclocking or bad at whatever they're doing. Right? It's not it's not what I'm about. Man, I'll talk shit all day long though. All day long. Yeah, see, I set an OC for every single bench. Whatever I can push out of the GPU for one bench, I will. Whatever I can push out of the RAM for one bench, I will. Just for one bench. Get the tightest timings just for PY Prime. Get the tightest timings to where it just barely loads into Windows and just barely passes the test. For some other RAM tests like 7-zip and W Prime, you have to have the best timings possible for actual stability wise. so that way you can get the best scores. But for like other tests like PY Prime, even Super Pi, but Super Pi you still gotta be fairly good with your timings. And you gotta figure out what timing is gonna work better with other timings for that test. And then that's again what you really gotta work on is learning what bench or what you're gonna be doing with it and what timings are gonna work better, play together for that bench. Not just the tightest timings you can do on every single timing. That's different. That's VRAM, right? That's VRAM. And what, because you're not doing older hardware yet. You'll have to learn with your older hardware. You might need to leave it as is or just underclock it just by like 100, or you might have to overclock it slightly to give you that 0.1 more point, basically, just to give you that little bit more. But since you're on newer you're technically on newer hardware for GPUs, you want as little VRAM as possible because your VRAM's already super fast. And since these tests that the GPU Pi is not a bandwidth-oriented test, lowering that down does not affect your score at all, and it can actually help you overclock your core more. Just due to the fact there's overcurrent and overvoltage and stuff that plays into that, so you can get a little bit more. No, and it won't because it's older. It's older. You'll have to keep that stock or slightly overclock it or slightly underclock it. Yeah, very slight. So that would, and again for that that 2000, the Quadro 2000 there. Yeah, and the Quadro 2000. I mean that's 100 megahertz on that card's actually quite a bit of OC, to be honest. But for those older cards like the Quadro 2000, it's because I'm pretty sure, is it Fermi? Yeah, it's Fermi, right? Fermi, like the 4600 there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Fermi. Yeah, it's Fermi, just like this card right here. Yeah, slight overclock, and then because there's certain models, certain PCBs with differently, it's not like a 4060. It's like half of a 40, almost, wow. Yeah, probably around half of a 4060 for performance wise. It's just made for complete stability, more or less. You had the 1 gig model, right? So that's 1 gig as well. Because I know you can take the Quadro 2000 core and put it onto a PCB like this. I mean, this is not even a good PCB. It's just a 3-phase for the core and 1 phase for the memory. Yeah, 1 gig, yeah. And then they'll have probably different memory, different GDDR5 memory. And it probably won't be overclocked voltage right off the bat. Yeah, that's what Tag did. He switched the core over. But then after switching the core over, you'll have to do a whole bunch of different changes and whatnot to get it actually working properly and to read properly. It's a whole big thing for that. It's just a better PCB in general, though. Better PCB is what you want. Better VRM. Yep. It's not even, well, yeah, I mean the BIOS could technically read Quadro 2000, but if GPU-Z is not reading it properly, because GPU-Z does read off of BIOS to a degree, if it's still not reading it properly, though, it's grabbing some information somewhere else off of it, still trying to grab it from the BIOS, deeper into the BIOS or not as deep into the BIOS as you want, it will pull out the GTX 460 still, or not even read the name of the card. It'll still work, just won't read the name of the card. This actually took quite a while to get the drivers. I had to use certain drivers for this one to work. It was a pain. And then like your Quadro 2000 is not like this right off the bat. it's literally less voltage on the memory, so you can't go as far. Pretty sure you had a voltage limit of what right off the bat? Was it not 900 and something millivolts, or did you get 1.1 roughly right off the bat? Because I can do up to, yeah, 0.92. Yeah, okay, I thought so. Yep, 900 millivolts. Yep. Yeah, I'll be around there. Yeah. It's still Fermi. It's still the same, um, like layout, voltages, memory, all that for the BGA. So you can just switch it on to a different. Yeah, yeah, same architecture. Even if you have the same architecture, you can have a different chip layout. But the way Tag was able to do it, again, smart way to do it. Is it the easiest way to do it? No. Pretty sure actually people doing the e-power mods onto it had an easier time than he did. But yeah, that's awesome. Oh, I guess I can turn it off now. We could do 2200 with easy. Oh, he was testing out X's power board? What? I didn't even see that. Use that keyboard. Quattro. Exa GT? Is it GT? It was GT. It's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. So GT actually bought one off of Exa. Good. I hope more people buy them off of him. That way you can recoup some money. Oh, even Exaberry has used his power board. That's awesome. That's awesome. GT actually used Exa's power board and actually outbeat his score. Like quite a bit too. Not for stage 2 though. And stage 4. That's awesome. That's awesome. Anybody else use it? No. I mean, what I would do too is just upgrade the VRM. Jonesy used a power board. And Tag's still in first with his chord switchover. I knew someone with that's gonna be doing cold, like with a single stage or dry ice, is gonna get first, and he's crushing it, like actually crushing it still. Nobody else did do. Everyone else is on water or air, and yet people are saying, "Oh no, it's definitely gonna be a better bin." Well, how come everyone that's up higher is single stage or chilled water? Everyone that did air It's way lower. Yeah, exactly. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta hate the player, though. Who? No, he doesn't have a good bin. He's a. That's not a good bin. Your card's better bin. Your card's really good bin compared to everybody else's. To be honest, his scores better just to his scores are better just due to the fact of his CPU he's using. Yeah, yeah. His is not good. Your overclock is higher. And what temperatures were you hitting? Did you see what temperatures you were hitting? As I can see right here, 44 on GPU Pi. Then his. Yeah, you should have. I don't know, 1.1. No, his is just, yeah. Yeah, no. Look at his temperature, too. 37 to 65. 65. He's still not even max temperature for the card. Your OC's better. And I wish I could see. I wish I could see voltages for the card. See if he has that card that can just do more voltage. I'm not sure if I read in the chat that his card was higher. Yeah, see that's not the issue there. Those cards you can go down to like negative almost 40. Just fine. Something else must have been the issue. His CPUs give him an advantage for a few tests. It's definitely a good bin as in efficiency-wise. It scores not bad for efficiency-wise. Not for overclockability, though. But, I mean, he's 7th. And the guys that are doing, like, chilled water or single-stage phase change are first place. If he was doing single-stage phase change or something that could do negative 20 or something, it would have been fine. Your card having that issue at lower temperatures, something else was going on. Because, yeah, Fermi can go down negative 20 just fine. Yeah. Like I said, this Astro AI, DM6000 AR, it's a 6,000 count. Yeah, it's not the best, but I've tested it against other multimeters, and it's great with top of the line ones. The only thing that sucks with this one is I use a 9-volt battery. It's the only thing that sucks, but I'm going to be modifying it to use a 12-volt rechargeable Bosch battery. Then I'll just have it modified. And then we'll always have a rechargeable battery. And it probably won't have to... I mean, the battery on this is getting low, but I've also used it for probably a couple hundred hours now already. If not more. Like some days I was using it for like 16 hours a day. So, not bad. So, if anything, I would say GT's card on air. If you checked it on air, his card is pretty good bin. Even though it's on e-power. E-power is just giving him more voltage. Since he's on air though, and better technically probably transient response just due to the fact that it is better power delivery, but this is pretty good. Bastions isn't great. What's helping him on some scores though is it's 14,600K. Wish I had the money so that way I could partake on it. I would have checked the card over and see if I had extra VRMs, MOSFETs, and just replace the MOSFETs with higher end MOSFETs. And then just voltage modded it. Yeah, see that's where fine tuning comes into play. Fusion having can be a pain in the actual ass. It can be. But Fire Strike having a certain amount of cores, I think you're only allowed a certain amount, right? On that. Yeah, 6 core, 12 thread max. So at 5 gigahertz, just over 5 gigahertz, it's all is allowed. But yeah, I mean, having a better IPC CPU will help for some tests. Just because physics tests and then also Unity in Heaven is one. Vantage. But Fire Strike, Unity in Heaven, just having a better CPU be better for you. Vantages is kind of a toss up on that one. And then GPU Pi, it's just whatever GPU is better. I mean, because you're maxed out at frequency, like if you can do higher frequency on CPU with a better GPU, but since it's an older GPU, it's not an issue. Yeah, probably did. I mean, that's he did an e-power, man. That's why e-power like I don't know. It's not like he probably hasn't done an e-power before, but if you ain't careful after doing e-power, you're gonna have issues. You could hit the card, set the card down wrong, just because you didn't do a proper solder joints onto it or put on extra like holders onto the e-power. It will like just move the card around because he has to plug in to that e-power, right, to give it power. If he hits the cord or something like that, like the that power source to it, put a lot of strain on it. That sucks, though. I mean, he still did pretty good, right? Yeah, he still did pretty good. Yeah, second place. $4M64? 4M128 on those should be better, right? Right? I'm pretty sure I told you which one was the best one. Did he do... Oh, he did 5M512. Odd. Yeah, the best score would be 4M128, from what I remember for that. Yeah. Yeah, thought so. Fermi cards, lower tier Fermi cards, like 4M128. Same thing with the 460. 4M128. It's one of the better ones. I'll have to test out a couple more, but 4M128 from my testing with it seems to be pretty good. Oh yeah, I mean even tag score is not great. Okay, in a way, when you're pushing the card that far, and it can give you issues for stability wise by finishing the test if you're on the best one to use. So they might use a different one just due to the fact it wasn't stable for them because his e-power might not have been the greatest, B, his card might not have been the greatest at that frequency. If he just lowered the frequency slightly and then used the best score, he would have done better though. There's a bunch of things that tie into that. Because then you can also add on unsafe mode. If you can get the card really stable, you can do unsafe mode, and then you can do fast. But fast, I mean, good luck trying to get a card stable to do fast. Unsafe mode does work just fine, though, if you have a stable card, and it will give you a slight more edge off of just unsafe. Or safe. Because you can change some more on it, but you have to really have a stable card. Real stable. Fast though, holy crap, it's fast, but I mean, if you don't, you can literally like downclock your card, give as much voltage as you want, and fast will be fast, like faster than all scores, but it probably won't be stable. It's fast. It's real fast. It's real fast. Generally it's core. Generally it's core. Oh, good. I mean, like if I know you're saying DDR, like your RAM. Just say RAM. VRAM for graphics card, RAM for CPU, but RAM, random access memory. Yeah, it's got to be stable. Again, for all of your 3D benches with a GPU, you just want stable, fast frequencies you can. Timings really aren't really going to be much of a play. It can help you very little, but just having a better OC on your GPU, faster RAM, and better CPU frequency is going to outbeat timings. So you don't have to worry about there. But for like PY Prime, 7-zip, Y Cruncher, SuperPi a little bit, and more or less 7-zip and Y Cruncher, you gotta have to have really stable. Y Cruncher hammers the RAM, 7-zip hammers the RAM, PY Prime does not, SuperPi does not. W Prime hammers the RAM. Yep. If you can find, so it's not always about having the tightest timings on all the timings. It's about having timings that play well with other timings, because there are timings that will correspond with each other. Your reads and writes, if it that's why you'll get blue screens too. If it's reading when it's writing at the wrong time, it just creates an error. And RAM's gotta be perfect. It's binary. It's gotta be perfect. You want perfect. You want everything perfect as perfect can be. Alright, we'll see. Maybe end the stream soon. How long have I been streaming? Almost 2.5 hours. I'm almost done life stuff to where I can stream a bit more. Hopefully, better time to stream too throughout the days. But yeah, definitely update your CPU. Yep. That's because there's just timings that have to play right with other timings. If you can't lower one timing as low as what it needs to work with the other timing, it'll create issues, and there it'll be a latency issue. Yep. All timings are technically latency. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, don't forget. Just do that right off the bat. CPU drivers. Restart your PC, turn it back on, see if anything's working. If it's working, perfect. If not, message me. I'm probably gonna end the stream here. I just wanted to do that more or less, and then I'll do more mods to the card as I go when I have more time. There you go. It's always good to do too. It's always good to do. Especially if you have your equipment outside where there's no dust filters and that. There's a lot of dust outside. A lot. Oh, I'm happy with this. I'm happy. Able to do 2200 now, no problem. And then once I get stuff chilled out, I thought I was going to put more caps on, but I don't think more caps are going to help out for the memory. Having stuff a bit cooler. Not going to have this cooler. I'll probably still use the stock cooler for more testing, just not have the actual blower style, have finger choppers on it. It should be better. Hopefully better. We'll see. Then I'll add some more caps, but caps to the core, caps VRM. Yeah, my goal is trying to get some 5th place at least with this card on the tests I want to do. 5th place will give me 50 pointers, so that's around there, right? Pretty sure around 50 pointers. And get a couple of those would be nice, and then maybe do a few more mods to the card, and then beat it next year, and that will be even better. But yeah. I mean, that first run that I did on 3D Mark 2001 SE, that was stock CPU, stock RAM, and stock card. Stock blower style, where it runs hot. When I get it chilled, I should be able to do over 1 GHz easy on the card. and at a lower voltage, right? Once I have it chilled or even just on water, I'll actually be able to use voltage. Once I can use voltage, yeah, buddy, we're talking. We're talking. Once I get the card modified too, even better. Even better. More caps. Again, voltage mods onto it eventually, and then she should be choking. I'm just hoping to get this card up to about 1.2 gigahertz. If I can get around 1.2 gigahertz, that's literally up by LN2 runs, and I'll only literally be on water. Yeah. So it's all about modifications and what I can do with the card. Right now, I can only do a max of 825, 850-ish. 825 stable ambient on this crappy cooler. So. Yep, I'm going to end the stream here. 2.5 hour stream. So. And I'm pretty zonked. Like I said, hopefully I'll be done a bunch of stuff and I'll be able to. Yeah, man, you too. Again, if you have any more issues or if there's still things, I can give you some more troubleshooting for it. But CPU drivers, I think, is your issue. If it's not that, then it's your OS, even though it's not finding it. We'll do good. I'll try to keep my eye on the Discord then. Have yourself a good night. Hopefully everyone has a good night. And then the stream here. That was some pretty good testing for just adding on some extra capacitors to the memory. And yeah, it's doing pretty good. Quite happy with that. And yeah, and that's it for this one. So again, thank you all for watching. Again, thank you to my donators, subscribers, and viewers. You guys are helping this channel more than you know. And as always, don't forget to get her done. Peace.